Hey guys, Judge Badass here. Welcome to another Warhammer game. And I'm going to be showing you Dark Elves versus Chaos online battles. So, when I was making the build, I was thinking if it's Chaos, I assume they're going to bring like trolls, some, oh man, the name escapes me, but like Kholek's little cousins, that's what I'm going to call them, and Chaos Knights as well. So I actually brought a lot of anti-large. So I brought a front line of spears. I brought the repeater crossbows just to whittle down their high armor units because most of them are pretty high armored. Cold One Knights for anti-large because I was suspecting Kholek's little cousins, like I said. And then I'm trying out the Scourge Runner chariots, because they are an extremely useful unit with just charging down enemy ranks, and they have really far range and good missile damage. Armor piercing even, so I feel like they're going to have a lot of utility. For my lord, I brought a high beastmaster and I brought a sorceress of death, just in case he decided to group up with his infantry lines, or if there's a specific unit that I want to take down, like using spirit leech, that'd be useful. And I brought the witch elves because they do have a minus defense capability, I believe. I can't select that for some reason, but just take my word for it. But when the battle started, I found out that they did not bring a whole lot of units, because I looked at this first, and it was like 400 units versus my maybe 750 some. I was like, what could they have brought? They must have brought like really high value targets like trolls and monsters, but I wasn't entirely far off because he had Chaos Knights, he has Warhounds on each side, I believe. Shaggoth. He did bring a Shaggoth, he did bring Kholek, and what was really weird is that he brought a lot of single entity units, and a lot of money is just sitting right here between 4 units. Like, he could have brought a lot more if he definitely got rid of them. And he also has a Death Sorcerer as well, and an Exhausted Hero. So without further ado, let's get this started. And I'll just speed this up. He was kind of, I just decided to let him charge at first. And, I was obviously thinking, well, man, this guy's going to cast a spell on me, so I just had this guy move in case he was casting, but he just moved back, which was really like, okay, whatever. And I was just kind of deciding to bring my Cold One Knights over here because I decided probably the most valuable target I'm going to take down this is Shaggoth, just because they can cause a lot of damage. They're no joke of a unit. And I decided just to let my Scourge Runner, my spears, and 1 repeater crossbow take care of the left flank. So, that being said, it looks like his Shaggoth's going to charge into right about here. I think this is where they start ending up. Yeah, Kholek and the Shaggoth. So I knew my crossbows would be taking care of that, taking down their armor piercing, or excuse me, I can't talk today. They'll take down their armor down pretty fast. It'll ignore their armor rating, so I'll be able to take them down pretty quick with my Cold One Knights. I am a little disappointed though with my Cold One Knights performance. Like, they should have done a lot more damage. They didn't do bad, but they could have done so much more. Had to pull these guys out because they kept shooting, but they would not like space out for some reason. They wouldn't like skirmish like they're supposed to. But yeah, I was pretty disappointed with that. Here are Warhounds. I decided to use my repeater crossbows on them. I got my Scourge Runners, kind of sniping them out. 2 unit models, that's not bad. And then this is where they're going to start globbing up. Now I decided to do the new mistake and do the same. I'm going to send my Harpies over. Just support them from the back so that they're surrounded. And then, yep, Kholek is being taken down by those repeater crossbows. Personally, I have all the units are Dark Elves. I'm going to do repeater crossbows on horses, man. Like, they have such good utility. Armor piercing, they're fast. You cannot beat them. Like, they are probably one of the top units in terms of best utility units in the game, in my opinion anyway. So I see that my spears are kind of just holding the ground, taking care of business. Kholek is about to get eaten away here. Cold One Knights are kind of regrouping up. I see the halberds are just kind of, he's not really committing to anything, which is interesting. He should commit to this maybe, or support these guys. Like, I don't know what he's doing. I think the main problem with his build is that he, like I said earlier, there isn't a lot of spread that he can do. There's not a lot of choke points he can take me at, or not choke points, but just like different theaters of the map where he can make a move and try to take control of the situation. Like, all he relied on was like his 3 units of Exalted Hero and 2 Shaggoths, a Lord and just a Dragon Ogre. Like, kind of insane. And then I decided to use my Pure Crossbows, just kind of hit those halberds a bit because they're turned around and I'm going to be doing tons of damage against them. It looks like he cast Soul Blight, all 30 armor. That's not a bad move, but I mean, he's just kind of outgunned at this point. He has 1 unit here, Sorcerer of Death. Big mistake there. And these guys are just getting swallowed alive. Like, they are just surrounded. So that's that. I decided to go ahead and just kind of block these Chaos Knights from charging in. And I got my Scourge Runner on them too. They say they're anti-large, but I think... Oh, that counts for melee. Okay, I was going to say. And then... Yep, these guys are just kind of running. I kind of want them to shoot him down, so I have them on Scurry. Or on Skirmish, excuse me. And they're kind of just... kind of shoot him down here and there. I'm going to turn around here soon and start shooting at him. Meanwhile, this guy's just standing here, or just flying up there, not really doing much. And then I have these Rapier Crossbows as well. They're kind of fighting Warhounds. Not a very good matchup for them. But my Cold Ones will be able to maybe take care of them. And they're going to start shooting as well. So they're going to disappear pretty quickly. Looks like my Harpies are out. They did what they could. Very much just bird fodder as far as I'm concerned. Just a bunch of pigeon shit to slow them down. And then I don't know, I think that's really much game. The only thing that's a threat is this Shagger Ogre, so I'm just gonna go ahead and clean things up. Yep. And that's it. And that's all there is. The kill count's pretty good. Which else did excellent. My Scourge Runners did good. And only one, I mean, he didn't really do much. Definitely invested too much in single entities and the Dragon Ogres. He's definitely, if he spread his forces out, even had some fodder, and let his elite troops like do some damage, he probably would have had a better chance of winning. Hope you guys enjoyed this.